We had 3 kids, and Michelle was pregnant with our 4th. Life was good, life was easy, and then we found out through the ultrasounds and all the prenatal screenings that our child that was due in the fall would have a heart defect and most likely have Down syndrome. November 2nd, Malix was born in Madison.
And he was doing well for the most part, and we were able to regulate things with medication. And then January came around, and we just could tell he had labored breathing. He was not eating as well, and so we got in contact with the cardiologist. I still remember it was a Friday afternoon. We had gone to see the cardiologist, and he said at that point that, you know, surgery was near, and that we needed to prepare for that.
Doctors explained 3 options. The first option was to do nothing, and Malix would pass away within a year. Obviously, that wasn't really an option. So then the surgical option was to make his heart 1 chamber. And in that, he had life expectancy about 10 years. Then the other option was to go for it and to build the walls. Very, very risky. And, you know, but if it worked, then he would continue to live. So just sit in that room with your doctors, you know, you discuss options. And so I threw out there, what about a heart transplant? Because I was reading on their website, they do a lot of pediatric transplants. And at the time on their website, it said 5 to 7 days is a wait list. So I thought it'd be a discussion point for an option, and they simply said that's not an option. And so we're like, well, why isn't it? It's like, because he has Down syndrome. They just shock. You know, you're going through all this and you're just shocked. And so Michelle asked, well, how can that be? And their answer was quality of life.
Sitting in that room and hearing that our son did not qualify was just heart-wrenching.
So I asked, well, how do we make this happen? Like, let's get through it. In 3 words, you got to change the law. It was not an easy surgery, a lot of ups and downs, but it really goes to the doctors. The reason our son's alive is because of the doctors. So Down syndrome, I still don't even really care that he has Down syndrome. I really don't. But the only time it mattered was sitting in that room. Like that, it was crazy how it mattered so much. So we contacted Representative Bourne's office, kind of said our story, and, you know, they said, you gotta change the law, and said, all right, well, how do we do this?
That's what our hope with this bill is that no family has to sit there and hear those words.
Future families, when they're sitting at that table with a doctor, they can talk about 4 options, and they can do what's best for their child with their doctor. And that they don't feel that their child is less of a person because they have a disability such as Down syndrome. That's what we want.